grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn.
My name is Tawana House. I'm standing here with
Pat Jacobs,
Karen Bright,
and we're here at the Johnson Family Reunion that is being held in Romulus, Michigan through Detroit, Michigan. We'd just like to give a little history on how long it's been going, and we're going to take a little tour today. We also kicked off last night with the
meet and greet.
Meet and greet, get to know each other, and that we have. I'm going to give the history to
Pat. I'm not quite sure how many years we've been having the reunion. We started years ago. We had several in Mississippi when Uncle Amos was alive and Aunt Essie. And then we had one in Detroit. We've had one in East St. Louis. And I believe we've had one in Washington. But we stopped having them for a period of time. And we started again last year in Buffalo. And that's just always good to get together and see the family again.
And how long have you been coming to the reunion?
Well, I'm not sure whether I went to a reunion or whether it was just going to the Johnson Family Homestead down in Mississippi, but I did do that as a child, and I remember that was my first experience on a farm, and we got to meet a lot of relatives when we were there. So since I was so small, it may have been a reunion. I know there were a lot of Johnsons there, but we had a good time. We were out on the farm. We got to go milk cows, and they put the milk right on the table after it came from the cow. And so that's how I got indoctrinated into this reunion process.
Well, I got indoctrinated by, actually it was 2 years ago. It was my first time seeing my family on my dad's side. My dad is deceased, who is Otha Jackson, and Candy May is my grandmother. It's been really exciting to me because since he passed, it was something that I know that he would want to also carry on. Today is just a new beginning of tomorrow's reunions. So the next one we haven't decided where it's going to be at, but I'm sure tonight we're at the banquet. We're gonna decide as far as the dinner. We're gonna have that as well.
And there's been a lot of talk about having it in Washington, D.C. next time.
We are with
Wanda Foster from Maryland.
And here we are with
Brenda Johnson from Mount Vernon, Illinois. I'm the daughter of Mildred Bell Johnson. She passed 2 years ago. I've attended, I guess about 5 family Johnson reunions. I have my daughter, my neighbor, my granddaughter here with me. I also have a daughter and a son that did not attend.
And how many have you attended?
I think about 5. And we hosted, I guess around 10 years ago, we hosted the reunion in Illinois.
Okay, and how's your stay so far?
You have to live in Detroit in order to be able to get around, but it's been fine. The accommodations are really nice.
Okay. And Wanda?
I am the daughter of Mr. Joseph and Johnny Johnson. I'm here with my son, my sister, her husband, my niece, and her friend. And we drove from Maryland.
And how long have you attended the family reunion?
This is my 3rd family reunion. I visited the one 10 years ago in Illinois, and last was it 2 years ago in Buffalo, and now I'm here today. In Detroit, I've had a good time here. I went to see the Henry Ford house, and a little bit of gambling and whatnot in Canada, and I'm having a good time.
All right. And back, I'm here with
Xavier Brent.
Alma Brent from Kansas City.
And Irene Gould.
Buffalo, New York.
Here Joseph Johnson, I'm his son-in-law. We're from Kansas City. This is the 2nd time we've been here to the family reunion. We've been here since Tuesday, and we really enjoyed ourselves so far in the hotel.
Alma Brent. I'm the daughter of Joseph Johnson, the oldest living member of the Johnson family. This is my 2nd family reunion. I have really enjoyed myself here in Detroit. I've been here since Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to having a good time today.
My name is Irene Galt. I'm the daughter of Joe and Essie Murdis Johnson Patrick. And this is, however many reunions there have been, I've been here for all of them except one. And I'm Pardon me?
And you hosted the one last year, year before last, 2 years ago in Buffalo.
Yeah, very successful party last year, and all the events worked out real well. So glad to see everybody back this time for this one. I hope they will continue on and on for this tradition.
And so I can just get everybody that is here, or families, shall I say? Shall I say the families? George Banks, he's not here? Okay. Xavier and Al.
Pretty good, how are you?
the Milky Way. Set me free, why don't you, baby? Get out my life, why don't you, baby? Don't mess with Bill. No, 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 no. Don't mess with Bill. He's mine. You got a smile so bright.
We are out here at the Motown Museum, just another one of our tours. Again, this is where Berry Gordy had lived, and also had brought other celebrities like Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, the Supremes, and Stevie Wonder in Studio A. We don't know if they're going to let us into the museum with the video camera, so we're hoping that they will, so that you can see what we have seen, and as well as the history.
Right on. I'm Billy House here with the Johnson Family Reunion. We're standing in the gift shop of the Motown Museum, and we want to point out some of the photographs here. We have the Marvelettes, Mary Wells. We have Tammy Terrell here. And of course, everybody knows back then we had the Jackson 5. Supremes. Photo of the Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, and I think they're still active. Playing. Of course, the Four Tops. And right below here we have Junior Walker, one of my all-time favorites. I'm Billy House here with the Johnson Family Reunion, and we just finished the tour. We want to get some comments on, see how people felt about visiting with the Motown Museum. Your name?
I'm Claudius Phillips. I am from Chicago, and so far the tour has been excellent, and we look forward to it being a more success as we move into the day.
I'll ask you one question. What was your most memorable thing coming out of the museum? What Was any particular photograph or the studio, or what was it that really got you going?
The thing that I noticed mostly was the old recording studio where they did the sound, and I thought about Lloyd, and I said this would have been a toy for him during his day, and I believe he could make something out of it now.
Lloyd is your son. Well, anyway, thank Claudius Phillips, and we're going to go right to our next person here, and we want you to introduce yourself.
I'm Joyce Phillips.
Okay, Joyce, could you tell us your impression of going through the museum?
Well, I was really impressed because I now feel connected to a historical, African American, musical past. I've always heard of it, and I'm glad that today that I finally got an opportunity to see and touch some instruments that Stevie Wonder and many other famous African American musicians played. I like the video, but mostly also important, I found the home setting so nostalgic, and I really was tuned in for that. So, by and large, it was a great experience that connected me to my past.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go to our next member of the Johnson family. We have Steve here. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and give us some of your impression of the Motown Museum here in our nice city of Detroit.
I'm Steve Chavis from Chicago, Illinois, and I thought it was very nice. And, I was very surprised of the many different recording artists that came through here, and it really made me, I'm very impressed with it.
Thanks, Steve, for your comments. And right next to Steve is his wife, and would you introduce yourself?
I'm Mel Chavis, and I really enjoyed it. I always wanted to know the history. I always wanted to come here. I'm glad for the opportunity. I'm enjoying myself. It was great, but I miss getting the Junior Walker CD, and Billy is going to send it to me after I get back home. So I'm fine with it. I enjoyed it very much.
All right, thank you. And we want to give a special thank you to our cameraman here, Lloyd.
Old Sam.
All right. Thank you. Hey, there he is. Hey. All right. Hey, showing all 32. All right. All right. Okay, this is Billy House here. I'm here at the Motown Museum. We're going to get a few more comments, see how some of our younger generation feel about the museum that didn't grow up with it, but certainly have some comments.
My name's Emily Love. I thought it was pretty interesting. They had a lot of interesting facts in there, a lot of good musicians, and I just liked it.
Thank you, Emily. And we have another person here.
Hi, my name is Keisha, and I thought it was good for the whole family. It was good music and everything.
Okay, thank you, Keisha.
My name is Brenda. And I thought it was nice, and I love the music.
Great, thank you, Brenda.
We are now standing in front of the Charles Wright Museum. We have left the Motown Museum. I don't know if we're going to be able to take the video camera in there, but there is a lot of history into the museum. For instance, there is the slave ship that carried the freedom ship, the slaves. There's also the Underground Railroad where Harriet Tubman took the slaves to freedom.
We want to welcome you again to the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. For African American people, it's very important for us in this age right now, especially the information age, for us to be able to explain how we got here and where we came from. So we never discuss our history without putting the Creator first. And we never make a move as African people without putting the Creator first. So Hugo Massey put the Creator in the center of everything because the Creator watches over all of us.
The aim of this museum is actually to educate everyone about the people, the life and culture of African Americans in this country in particular and in the whole world as a whole. So as we take this tour, though we'll be talking about this country, but we will also be implying in other places where the same experience, appear.
Hi, my name is Emily Love. We just got done with our tour at the Museum of African American History. I thought that the exhibits that we watched were very interesting and the history that we talked about was very interesting. I liked the facts that I learned about it. And what did you think about it, Keisha?
Hi, my name is Keisha, and I thought it was interesting learning about my ancestors, so I'll probably write a report about it.
That's very nice. Brenda, what did you think about it? Sorry about that. We had technical difficulties. Now, Brenda, what were you saying about the museum?
I think it's interesting, and I think it's good that I learned about my ancestors, and I enjoyed this museum and the time that I had here. And I'm looking forward to coming back soon.
Well, thank you for that. This has been Emily Love from Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Brenda Johnson from Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Keisha from Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Signing off from the Museum of African American History. Thank you.
Bye.